But what advice would you give to the next generation of women, in in both your businesses?
You know, I think women in general are having a moment, right? We're stepping into places where maybe we weren't before. And we're realizing that the way to do that is really by lifting one another, right? Together we sort of rise. And so that would be my first piece of advice, is always look to lift someone with you. Because going by yourself is great, and that's fun, but when you can go with other people, it's so much better. And there's so much more that you can, life is so much richer, becomes so much more of a tapestry when there's so many more different pieces and colors and backgrounds and stories. And I think that's so, so important. So always look to lift and move together, right? And I think that's a really valuable lesson that I've learned. And I also really, truly enjoy now celebrating the success of other people. And that is something in my life now at this age, and where I am in my business, which, knock wood, is pretty solid for the most part. And this is still made of wood, though. It's 100%. Testa dura, come diceva mio nonno. But anyway, so I think it's, we're just so much better when we can depend on one another and grow from one another. I have such an immense sense of pride when I see people succeed in our brand. One of the things that I think is so important is that both Gene, who was my grandfather, and Giorgetti, that was his partner, were immigrants. They were born in Lucca, and they came here in search of something more. And what's been so interesting is the people that make up our team, I don't use the word staff, I like the word team. The people that comprise our team we're literally like the United Nations. Probably rings a bell for you. And because we come from Italy, we come from Mexico, we come from Greece, we come from Iraq, we come from the States, we come from everywhere in pursuit of a dream. And when their child is going through medical school, or they've bought a home, or they've accomplished a dream professionally, they get a promotion. Our general manager was someone who began as our valet parking cars. That to me is the ultimate satisfaction. It fills my cup and my soul. And so look for those moments while you're lifting people. See how you can help them succeed, because you will succeed so much more richly in your own life. I would caution, right, that you also be mindful of who you share your energy with, right? Because not everybody is out to be the holding hands and lifting. Some people are like stepping on you as you're, right? And that's just a part of life. So I think it's important to have both sides of that, right? So the plus is lift and all of the things. The other side is be mindful of with whom you share your energy, because that can impact you on a cellular level, right? So that's what I'm going with today. I'm going with that.
Thank you so much, and yes, definitely rings a bell for me. Like I think even in difficult moments when like the geopolitical one we're living in, I think the important things of the UN, whatever limits they have, whatever paralysis they have, is that people, all the leaders from all over the world, the most different one, can be in one place at the same time, maybe behind the scenes, behind the corridors, and trying to make things happen. And sometimes it works, but this is another story.
I just want one last thing. So many of you in this room speak more than one language, right? You work in an industry that's connected by language. The coolest thing about that is when you can connect to someone in a language that maybe isn't the one you were born speaking, the world becomes smaller. When you can have a connection one-on-one with somebody, they're not as different, right? Those things that maybe divide on that very big macro level, when you get down to a micro, become so connective and so different. And I think that's so important to keep in mind. It's why I love speaking Italian. It's why I love representing all of the things that I come from, because to me, it makes everybody more together. I think that's a beautiful thing, so.